Good morning.
Good morning.
Here we are, Dragonfly.
Yes.
We are so glad that you joined us. As you can see, we are at the park again because
It is so beautiful out here. And wow, does it feel like fall is
it feels
coming?
like fall. But it's just a ruse because
Yes.
according to the weather forecast, this week's going to be in the 90s again. So,
Yeah.
but
But we're taking advantage of it because it is gorgeous out
what
here.
a beautiful, beautiful weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for... if I could pick the perfect day, I'm not sure how today's going to go, but yesterday...
Yeah.
That's Diane kind of
Yeah,
weather. You
love
know, I
it.
can have my windows open. You can wear a light little sweatshirt. You don't have to have the air conditioning on. You don't have to have the heat on.
No.
Saving a little money.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're so glad that you're here with us this morning. And we know it's been a little while, but we have some really exciting news. What happened?
Well, oh,
She could not have forgotten this exciting news that I know you all have been waiting
no.
for.
I had my 10th grandchild. Yay, a little boy, and he is so perfect. My daughter and him are doing well. Daddy is super happy. They're super stoked. Brother and sisters are loving him.
Aww. I haven't got to see him
Yeah,
yet.
you'll have
I'm
to
so
go
excited.
over. But I'm getting lots and lots of love from so many friends and family, and we so appreciative of
So
that. But he's
exciting.
healthy and gosh,
And
just
beautiful.
Can't wait. Yeah,
I've
can't
seen
wait.
pictures of him. He's
Yeah.
oh my god, he's perfect.
Yes.
Thank you, God.
Thank
He's
you,
perfect.
thank you. He's a true blessing. So we got number 10. That makes 7 girls and 3 boys, and I have one more daughter who's not married, no kids. So who knows?
Who knows how many we'll have?
Who knows?
I'm living vicariously through her until
yeah.
you know my son.
And you're a baby person. You
I
just
am.
absolutely. Well, I was always gonna say
She is
just
too, though.
yeah, I would love them.
Yeah, I could sit and hold him all day long.
Yeah.
I kind of wished I could have had a job doing that.
Yeah, cuddle all day.
Maybe I could be, now that I'm older, maybe I could be like one of those grandmas that goes to the hospital and rocks
Just holds them,
little
yeah.
babies.
They have
Oh, what a
volunteers for that.
job would that
Yeah,
be?
it would be
Oh,
awesome.
people. Anyway, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And
yeah.
Danielle, I'll be coming over. I gotta have some love on that baby.
Yes.
So that was some really exciting news. Not only that, but he's a very considerate baby because he decided to be born on a Friday before Labor Day weekend. So nobody had to take time off work.
Nope,
And
nope.
they all had the weekend with him.
It
And
was
his
awesome.
and his aunt got to come home from
From
Chicago,
she
and
was
see
so
him. And,
happy. Yeah.
I mean, he's
What-
perfect.
yeah.
Everything about him is perfect. Even his
is.
birth was perfect.
Yeah, it
so
was.
welcome
It
to
was.
the world, little one.
he was actually 3 weeks early, but that
it
but
worked
so
out.
was his little brother. So his older brother.
And
so.
I don't think he was underweight at all.
No, 7'1".
Yeah.
So,
So, hey,
yeah.
perfect little
Little guy.
guy. I can't
Yeah.
wait. Anyway, so this week. Well, let's back up because we didn't have a chance to film last week because we had the baby
We had
being
the-
born.
yeah, we were
and it was a
busy.
long weekend, and so we're back in full
Back on track.
speed. And
Yep.
so in between that time, I was called Sandy. I go, Sandy, I had this dream, and at first I'm like, what does this mean? But of course, with
We
Sandy,
figured it out.
as we talk and talk and talk, I finally figured it out.
Well, we figured things out because things occur right soon after you have dreams that it's like validates the dream and kind of
Yes.
explains what happened. So you were so excited to talk to me about it because it was one amazing dream.
Yeah, I can't even stop thinking about it because
Yeah.
it was that beautiful. So in this dream, it was me and someone. I don't know if it was a spirit or I don't know. What at that moment I thought it was somebody like from my past. But anyway, this person, we weren't together, but we weren't, and he wanted. I'm calling it a he because this is the way it came
It
off in
felt
the
like
dream.
a male entity.
Was wanting to reunite and get back together with me, and I was so excited because I loved this person. I don't know who it was, but I was like,
You just said
I'm
he
so-
exubiated so much
yeah,
love.
it was
and
like he loved me so
Mm-hmm.
much, and I knew that, and I loved him just as much as he loved me, and I couldn't believe that we were going to be coming back together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, through the dream, I'm waiting. I'm like, well, how come he's not making a move? How come we're not, really together? How come, what's going on? And he's just, as calm as he can be. Now, I can't see this person. I can feel them, but I can't see them. And I'm like, I don't understand. So then I got frustrated, and I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I thought you wanted to be with me. I thought you were gonna, just, I don't know, consume me, and you're not making a move. And so I laid down on this concrete driveway, face down, and this person, or it was God,
Yeah.
comes over, and they kissed me so softly, and I felt like a little baby, like I was their baby, and they said, please just trust. I promise you that this will all come together, and it will all be fine, but you just have to trust me.
Yeah.
And I could feel this unconditional love just come over me, and God just saying, Diane, surrender. Put your face down on the cement. Just surrender to me, and I promise you that all will be good. And then that pretty much was the end of the dream. Well, at that time, I called Sandy, and I'm like, what do you think? Because I hadn't put it all together, and I'm like, what do you think this means? I'm like, I'm laying on the concrete, and I'm like, and then as time went on, I knew, and I know now, it was God. He was there telling me, just surrender, Diane, and trust me, and everything will fall into place if you just give me the power to help you with it, to do it for you. And after that, the week was okay. So going forward in the week, it was like I was staying in this zone of love and like just giving it all to him. I felt so much peace, and I kept every time I talked to Sandy, I'm like, I feel so at peace. And I know it's from this dream, because this dream kept coming back to me over and over. I mean, I could see every detail of it. And but then it started feeling like I was in this place of peace and trust and love, and everybody around me was in complete chaos.
And so you got several phone calls, like a day or two after. I mean, immediately after it started happening. I
started getting phone calls from friends and family, kind of like, Diane, I need your help. This is, how do I get through this? What's going on? What's your advice? I don't know what to do. And it wasn't just one person. It was multiple people all at the same time. Well, so I jokingly had called Sandy, because she was tied up for the weekend, because she had just had a new grandbaby. So I didn't want to bother her. And I left her a message. I go, look, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to get back to this spiritual work, because I can't be solving all these problems by myself. And I was joking, though. Of course, go be with your baby. But so it was like all in one day. So that was the day, and then the week starts. So, we have Monday, and I apologize for the sirens. We are very close to a hospital, which it doesn't look like it, but it's just on the other side of these trees. So I hope we're not going to be arrested for something.
I think we're okay.
I think they're going somewhere. But anyway, so then the week starts, and even at work,
you said
like
there was
people were
chaos.
doing people like from other departments and things like that were doing things they had never done before, where we're all, and there's like 4 of us in my department, and we're all like what in the
Yeah.
world would make you do that?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? I mean, there was one thing that had 25 email attachments to it from people going, oh, no, that's right. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes,
wow.
it is. And finally, I'm just like,
What's going
who
on?
the what? Who the what the world?
Right. So you had all these phone calls. You were trying to help solve some problems, giving a great advice. But prior to that, you had this most, spectacular dream, and
Yep.
you felt, very, very content. You felt it was almost like they were preparing you for possibly something that you were going to get. You were going to get.
Yeah, it was almost like, okay, put your spiritual shoes on.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of people that really need you right
Need
now.
you, right.
And I want you to stay centered. I want you to stay in your truth. If they ask you something, be honest with them. Tell them exactly what they need to hear, and just roll with it. Don't absorb it. Don't take it in. Don't
Very
hold on to it. Just do what you got to do. Say what you got to say, and hopefully that will be helpful to them. And then you can, just keep moving on and staying in that place of calmness. And if you think about it, everything was just a little bit off this week.
Yeah, it
we
was.
had a holiday on Monday. Well, Sandy usually goes to work on Monday.
right.
And so, no.
So, no, what-
she stays home.
Yeah. I'm usually working.
She stays home. But did you have to go in Tuesday?
I did Tuesday
Okay.
and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday. So Wednesday comes, and I'm like waiting, tick tock, for Sandy to call. Nothing, and I'm like, I wonder
What
if
did I do?
should
Why didn't I call you?
Didn't you go for donuts or something?
Oh, no, that was Friday.
That was Friday.
was going Thursday.
No, you had a whole bunch of stuff to get ready for meetings and stuff like that.
I
and
was
working from home.
really busy.
Well, actually, I think she said she was having a cup of coffee with her husband, and I'm like, does he not know that between
This is our time?
6:30 and 7? That's
So, yeah, the
my
week
time.
was off. The week was definitely
so
off.
everything was
this week.
kind of wonky. I don't know about for you guys, but
Yeah,
when-
I think a lot of people felt that.
yeah,
I really
think when
do.
you have a 3-day weekend, I don't know about you, but it was only 4 days of work, but it felt like 20.
It did. It was a long week. The days were long. It was super long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just-
But I felt centered. I didn't feel like disrupted, but I know that you were feeling a lot. You were feeling centered from that dream that you had, that awesome dream, but you were getting a lot of people like requesting things of you.
Right.
And just advice.
Yeah. But in the midst of that, too, then I was getting people reaching out to me with beautiful messages.
Yes.
Like, I got a phone call. I don't know if you should go back and look at The World is Changing. Can you feel it video? Was it that one?
It was the one where you were talking about the pizza guy.
Yeah, I was talking about the pizza guy. Anyway, so I had told you he closed his business. He went back to Italy, and just out of nowhere, I think it was Thursday,
Yes, Thursday, because I was on the way home
I got a FaceTime call from him.
from Italy.
From Italy.
Now
And-
mind you, you've only known him for what, 2-3 months?
yeah, since
When'd you start going
maybe
to that
6.
place?
It wasn't even that long because he closed. So from March to July.
Okay,
So
okay.
but he had been thinking about me, and he hoped I was doing well, and just wondered. Today is a little it's
noisy.
We're sorry. So it warmed my heart so much
Yes.
because I thought, here's this person with thousands and thousands of customers, and he's thinking about me and hoping I'm doing well,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping he's doing
Well,
well.
I think it was the impression that you gave him, that lasting impression that he
I hope
just
so.
felt
I hope
like
so.
connected to you. And
Yeah.
I think, Diane, that's why one of the things that we had talked about is that, we never, I introduced you to one of my really, really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I know Sandy doesn't mind you calling me now for advice, because it's like she calls you, and it's so neat because it's like, why would I not share you with
Right, or
other
you share her. I
friends?
mean,
Yeah.
gosh, it's like being given a gift and then hiding it and never showing anybody.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
So that's why it's like I know I needed to share you with, and so you getting someone from across
across the
the
pond.
pond saying, "Gosh, you just you inspired me," or I
Yeah.
was so impressed by you.
Well,
Of
and-
the 40 years I was in business,
Yeah.
you were the one I remember and I want to
Yeah.
reach out to. So
Well, and I had then, I hadn't had a chance to talk to him since he left, and I was like, "You need to go watch our video because you're in it." I'm like,
Yeah.
"There's like a whole segment about you in it," and he's like, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah." I go, "How bizarre!" And I said, because you touched me too, because you were like, I told him that we were talking about how we perceive people when we don't really know them. And then when you do get to know them, you're like, wow, there is
so impressive. Yeah.
so much more that I missed, and that's kind of what the video was about him. And so I haven't talked to him since, but I hope he did have a moment to watch that video because he touched my heart too. He really did. I think about him often as well, and I know there's some great things coming up for him, and I just can't wait to see how life turns out. So, and then I don't know. And the next day, then I got Friday, I think it was. Now, my brother and I are close, and I love him with all my heart. But my brother's not a big talker. He likes to call, I think, just to say, "Hey, I love you," and that's about once in a while we'll have longer conversation. But he called me on Friday because he was off, and we were on the phone for an hour and a half, and it was the most beautiful conversation. It wasn't really about anything. It was about his garden and what's going on in life and his little grandson and when I got off the phone, I thought, that was just amazing. Yeah. I mean, it was amazing that we took that hour and a half just to spend talking to each other. And so then I'm telling Sandy about it, and then what happens with you?
Yeah, my sister wants to drop off some bowls or something that I had left at our other sister's home, and she's like, "I'm going to stop by," and she sat and talked to Mark and I for an hour and a half. It was so nice. Like you, it was just a casual conversation. It was just so refreshing, and no one was in a rush to get home or anything like that. So it was so nice after having a very, busy weekend with having the new baby and everything. So it was a really nice conversation. Then last night, a cousin that hasn't been able to stop over in a while, she normally does, called about 8:00 and said, "Hey, I'd like to stop over and just talk." And so she stopped over for an hour and chatted, and we're making some plans over the next month. So I think between your dream and knowing that you were up against some challenging conversations that you had with some friends and family, acquaintances, there's always that little that hope or that glimmer of someone reaching out to you and just going, "Gosh, you mean the world to me, and I want to tell you this." And I think that's what God was trying to tell you too, is that he was trying to tell you, "Diane, you're awesome. You mean the world to me, and I love you so much." And
now we have an airplane.
Now we have an airplane. So I think it was our way of we get those little challenges, but God equips us with the right tools, with the right with
what we need at the moment.
What we need at the moment.
Yeah, like you know what? I know you've done this, and this. How about I just throw you a little bit of love? And it just comes from wherever it comes from.
So many directions.
And I don't know. It just it warms my heart.
Yeah.
And then that video that I was talking about, The World is Changing, Can You Feel It? We posted that, I don't know, a month ago, maybe more, maybe 6-8 weeks ago, I'm not sure. And the other night, now mind you, I am a go to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at the latest, because I get up for work very early. So, But this particular night, I was up until it was like 10 o'clock, which to me is like,
That's
you know.
late.
And I'm like, I felt really led to watch that video that we had posted. And there was so much, and I hope that you, if you are listening, that you go back and watch that video, because there was so many profound things that we said that touched me. And I don't even remember saying it. I tell Sandy all the time, sometimes I watch these and I go, where did that come from? You know, I feel like spirit's just talking through my mouth. And there was a lot of things in there that I thought it was just so beautiful. That's, you know, we were talking about Sandy's diagnosis coming out positive, and how excited and thankful to God we were for that. And
appreciating the little things.
and how she saw the cardinal, which reminds her of her dad, and then the butterfly, which reminds her of her mom, and you know how we're transitioning from this third dimension to the fourth to the fifth. I mean, like, it's moving, and I think that's what this video is kind of about. Is that I don't know about you, but I feel like we're finally moving. So it's kind of like, trust me, and then I trust him, and I can feel the movement. Like I can literally feel that we are moving into something bigger, better, more beautiful, more loving. It's coming, you guys, and be ready. I mean, stay centered, stay in your truth, spend as much time outside as you can, and love each other. Call people you haven't talked to for a while.
Yes.
And I mean, I think that's what this time is all about. And Sandy had said something to me, and maybe she probably doesn't even remember. I want to say it was at the beginning of the week that she was in a place where she finally truly loves herself.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to cry. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I adore you. And it's hard. You guys all know that you can just think somebody is the bomb, and they may not feel that way about themselves. And
they may appear that they have confidence and stuff, but it's because, you know, they've had to be so strong all of their lives.
Yeah.
And I think through these videos, I think I have saw myself in a different light. You know, I've seen myself a little more confident. I've seen myself a little bit more being able to express myself, where I always felt like I was being like, you know, no, you know what, you stay in the corner, don't cause any ruckus. And I just felt like through these videos, I feel like through these videos, I'm finding myself. And I'm actually feeling like I love myself more. And you're told this, you know, that as a young person, you know, love yourself. But how do you do that? And I just feel like I'm finally feeling it. I'm finally feeling a love for myself that I've never had before. Is that B?
That B likes me.
That B
I think
likes
it's
you.
because I'm wearing perfume.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, it's been a great experience over just these past few months that we've been taping.
Yep.
You know,
Yes, absolutely.
It's been fun.
And I think that you know, you guys can probably all relate to it just because. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies.
Because, you know, you think that you have to be perfect, but you don't.
No.
You can just be you.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's part of it. I think part of it is we always, you know, are expected to be perfect. We're always, as little girls, we gotta, you know, mind our manners, or, you know, and as young women, you're told, you know, you gotta
look like this, you gotta dress like that, you gotta act like this, you gotta. But you don't.
No.
Oh my gosh. If I knew back then what I know now, I would have been a totally different teenager, I think. I'm not sure.
So too.
But, I mean, I obviously needed to go through that
And
too.
then as a mother, you wanted to be the perfect mother and, you know, perfect wife. And it's like, you know, and you always beat yourself up.
You do.
And I feel like through these videos, I've really found where we're such a good combination.
We are.
Yeah, we
Love
are.
my baby girl.
We are a good combination, and we hope that we can, you know, convey that to you as well as, you know.
Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
And the, you know, I think as some of these things happen, like with me getting the phone call from my friend Giuseppe,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, I must be lovable. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there must be
You
some
know,
people
and
must
to
like
me-
people must like me. I don't know.
And to me,
I'm-
Diane, I mean, you've always done the same thing. I mean, like, I have this awesome friend, and I wanted to share you with so many people. We just talked about it, how I
Yeah.
wanted to share you with my family, my other friends, and it's like, I don't think we realize just how awesome we are.
I don't think so either. I mean, you guys probably don't either. I mean,
No.
I hope that if you're feeling that way, that you just take a big, hard, long look at yourself and go, you know what? I am perfect. I'm perfect just the way that I am, and I'm a good person, and people like me, and I have people that love me, and even if you don't, and we love you.
Yeah, we do.
We are sending out love, it's a hard one, I think, for people, because we're kind of taught like, oh well, that's being conceited, or that's this or that, and it's really not. You can love yourself. I mean, that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to love ourselves because we're made in
His-
in his image.
We are.
And it's like, so if we don't love ourselves, it's kind of like saying,
Yeah.
yeah,
We
God, you're
have
not
to-
so perfect.
We have to love ourselves in order to love others.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. You're so right. We are made in His image, and I kind of we talked about what we were going to say in this video, and one of the things that we often start talking about in the videos and in our day-to-day life is things that we don't realize how incredible we are, because sometimes
Yeah.
we say things that tend to happen.
They do.
And
I
it's
mean,
it's crazy. It's the craziest thing.
I personally think that I'm going to start writing it down and letting you guys know, okay, on this day at this time, I said this. And at this day, 1 day later or 2 days later at this time, exactly what I said happened. I mean, I'm not saying that bee is
That bee
loving
loves,
me.
he's loving you.
That's another thing, yeah. But I know that a lot of people are like, oh, it's just coincidence. But Sandy and I don't believe in coincidence anymore. It's
No.
all synchronicity. It's all messages. Everything is coming from Spirit and saying, you're right. You are absolutely right.
And we get validated every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every
We
time.
will talk about something, or we'll tape something, video, and I'll be darned if it does not come up again.
We kinda laugh about it.
We do
we're like,
laugh about it.
Did you see that? Hello. Did we not just talk about that?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
In fact, I just told you about the video and to watch again. The world is changing. Well, there's this one particular tarot person that I really enjoy watching, and the name of his video today for Pisces was "The World is Changing," and I'm talking to her. I go, okay. Because I had just told her, like, I don't know, Friday.
Yes.
You really need to rewatch that video. Life is
Yes.
changing.
Yes.
And the world is changing. And then I'll be darned.
I'll be darned.
There it was, like this morning in big bold letters. And I'm sure he's not following me yet.
Yeah,
He will be.
he will be.
But he's probably not following me yet. So I know he didn't get that from me. But I just thought it was so, like, there is something in that video that is meant for us, for you guys, for the world, that you need to listen to the video. There's something in it for all of us. Mm-hmm. And so I told Sandy, listen to that on your way in,
Yes.
and see if something else resonates with you. But
Yeah.
yeah.
We've had a lot of fun doing this, but in that we've found fun. We found more love. We found more compassion for everyone. But you're right. I think there's lessons constantly. We're just so surprised. I don't know. Should we be surprised anymore? Maybe not.
I think we should lose the surprise.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun. It's like getting a present. Mm-hmm. I mean, who wants to give that up? You know what I mean? It's like,
We'll say
And-
something, and it's like, wow. We just talked about that.
I
talked
said
about
we
it.
are always one step ahead.
I think so.
And
You
I think
say
it
that
is-
all the time.
I do. And so it's just, I don't know. And I know that Sandy has a lot of people that come to her for compassion and softness and love and advice. And I do too.
Yes.
I have a lot of people that come to me for advice. And at the end of the day, I think, am I really saying something completely profound that nobody else would say? But I don't know about you, but the people that I do talk to, it always ends with, that is exactly what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't think it's me saying the words, or a message will come down and I have to say it.
Yes.
And
it just, you said it'll just come out.
it just comes out.
Just
And
comes out.
she has said that too, where you're like, did I just say that? Because the soft, squishy Diane would not have said that.
Right.
But whatever it was that came through was like, this is what you need to say. And it flows.
Well, Diane, we had a video as well. I can't remember the title. I'll have to go back and look, but it was about listening. And I think that was one of our best traits, is that we are good listeners.
Yeah.
We listen to each other very well, and we also listen to others who reach out. And if you can do that for someone else, you will have not only a lot of healing for them, but your inner healing will happen as well.
Yeah.
So
I think so too. Think about it. Like, if you're praying to God and he's, playing on his phone, or, talking to the other angels over there, or, watching his monitor to see what everybody, but he's not listening to you. If I could vision him, which I could never be able to vision him doing that, but if I could vision him doing that, I would be like,
they're not listening to me. He's not listening
hello?
to me. Yeah.
Hello,
Right.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you. Why are you doing 500 other things? So, I'm not calling myself God. I'm just saying, when you go to somebody for that empathy and that love, that unconditional love and that advice, and, you want them to hear you. Please hear me. Give me something, because maybe they're on their last string and they just need you to. And if you're not listening, how are you going to do that?
Yeah. And how are you gonna help your, just your friends, your family as well?
You can't.
So,
You can't.
yeah.
I don't know. Sandy and I were kind of feeling disconnected from each other a little bit this week, and I'm not sure why. We were both saying that we had this little bit of, like, not with each other, but just agitated or like restlessness this week.
Last night. You had it last week, or
The
beginning of the week. And last night I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is, I don't know if I needed to be saged or what, but I'm like, please, and then I usually turn on some prayers or something, and it usually calms me down, but I was really agitated, last night. And so I'm hoping, it's a beautiful day, and it's a new day. I'm going to be thankful for what we got going on today. I'm having the kids over. I'm going to make homemade tortillas.
I'm going to do chicken and dumplings because it feels like a chicken and dumpling kind of day.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And if anybody wants that recipe, let me know, because it's my grandma's. And oh my goodness sakes.
You promised me that recipe. You got to give it to me.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
All right.
I'm looking forward to this week.
Yeah. I just don't know what the agitation was about. We'll figure it out.
We will.
We'll figure it out. And I know it's because we haven't made a video. And
maybe.
It could have been that, but I don't know. It's something else though.
There's something else, and it's
something
like
else brewing. Is something brewing with you?
Yeah, and
we're trying to figure it out. We will.
We are in. What are we in? We're in this new moon from the 2nd of September. So, and it's all about releasing and getting your life in order and organizing and just kind of, just getting rid of all the muck. And I think we've worked on that a lot. I might have a little bit left over that I need to get rid of, but I think that other people are. And they're like, how do I get rid of this? What do I need to do? How do I make this move out of my life? And they don't even really realize that's what they're going through or what they're doing. But I think that if you have some stuff that you really need to work on and let go, because like we said in that other video, this world is changing, and it is changing faster than I think we thought it was going to. And it's coming. And like, just one other little thing, you know, like, we got some news at the beginning of the week too, that, you know, like my own personal life is changing, and in a good way. And if when that happens, it's not only going to affect me, but it's going to affect a whole bunch of other people, including her. So I can feel it. I can feel it coming, and it excites me. It just gets me. And maybe that's what the agitation is. Maybe it's like, it's not really agitation. It's just like that. I got to go back into that. Just breathe, lay down on the concrete, surrender, and I promise everything will happen, and I will take care of it. Just trust me.
We'll have to make a video of that once things start transpiring for you and your family.
Yeah. And you.
Yeah.
Because where I go,
she loves me.
She goes.
She loves me.
And I love her family.
And I finally love myself.
She does. I love me too.
Yep.
And we love you.
We love you.
So you guys hang in there. Have a great week. Leave us some comments. Subscribe. Share.
Please.
Like. Give us a big thumbs up. And just know that it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going through, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Surrender. Trust. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. And know that there's at least 2 people out there that adore you.
Yeah.
So have a good week. And you know what? I have a feeling that we'll probably be back again this week. I don't know.
Let's do this again. It's fun.
We're going to do it again because we like doing it, and it makes us think about a lot of things and share things with you guys. But we're learning too. Yeah. So, all right, we are out. We're going to go enjoy this beautiful day, and we hope that wherever you are, the weather's beautiful too. So we'll talk again.
Many blessings.
See ya.
Bye.